Okay, action.
Oh,
Don't listen to it.
after now, I'm not sure what about. Hello, dude.
Okay, let's go.
All right, hi guys. We thank God for a successful semester. I'm just here. I want to take you through the things you are supposed to prepare for the exam. Just like I told you, we have um, the course preparation video which I sent to you. This is the revision video. I want to encourage you to make good use of the video. It will be posted on YouTube and maybe TikTok. As part of the assignment, you have to watch, subscribe, and send a screenshot. Don't forget. Please don't come next semester with stories of why you couldn't do what you needed to do. So in this first, I'll take you through all the courses. All the courses are in one video. So I will start with embedded systems, and then I'll move on to microcontrollers. So embedded systems, that's computer science, microcontrollers. Um, there has been a major variation in the exams. At first, my intention was for you guys to write it together, but I realized that to be proper, we separate it because you are not the same class. So each animal microcontrollers, the questions will be different. The tech will be different, and then also computer science. So let me start with embedded systems. What are some of the things you should expect in your exams? Having carried out the project work, so you should have been able to master everything in your project work. You should have also spent time in working on your mid semester, and then also the mid semester, I mean the one I sent at the beginning of the semester. You should have done all of that. Then you should have also worked on the group work. But specifically, I will encourage you to focus on the project work and the mid sem in particular, because that is where most of the exams is going to come from. So now let's look at what you should have known for embedded system, what you should have known. So in embedded system, you should have had a basic understanding of the applications of embedded system. You should have understood what an embedded system is. You should have practical understanding of embedded. This one, I'm taking you through what you should have known from the course outline. Then we'll go into the exams. Then you should have understood design challenges for embedded systems. You should also have basic knowledge on understand the various design trade-offs, and then also knowledge on classification of computer, characteristics of a microprocessor, microcontroller, the ARM series, the evolution of the ARM series. You should have understanding of pipelining. You should have understanding of speed up. You should have understanding of memory, and then also working with a converter, and then finally analog digital signal conversion, and then how to work with the LED to produce the needed results. So dear friends, as you have already done in the group work, I will encourage each group to, in one class setting, to present what they did in the group work. Now, when we come to the exams, we are going to be, so like I said, pay particular attention to your mid semester for the exams. Pay particular attention to your mid, not the online mid semester, the one I gave you at the beginning of the semester. Make sure you can do all those simulations. Make sure you can explain those simulations. And then if you also did a project work, try to follow it systematically. Now, the exams is such that you have how many objectives? We have here 40 objectives, okay? And then section B. Section B is answer all. So we are supposed to answer all in the exams. This exams is 2 hours and everything in there, if not in your project work, is in your midterm. So pay attention to that. Thank you. Now, let's move on to microprocessors and microcontrollers. When you look into your course outline very well, microprocessor, microcontrollers, you are supposed to have a basic understanding of what a microprocessor is, what a microcontroller is. You should have knowledge in assembly language programming. You should understand the various interfacing techniques, parallel and serial communication, how to work with LEDs, LCDs, ADC, and then DAC converters as well. Now, if you look carefully in your course outline, as you are well aware, some things merge with embedded system, and I've mentioned some few. You should be familiar with timers, interrupts, and then DMAs, working with direct memory access. Then one major point of measure is application of microprocessors and microcontrollers, where we know one application is in embedded systems, automated systems, IoT systems, robotic systems, and smart devices. So in a nutshell, you should be able to work with this stuff and then produce good results in the exams. Also, timers, interrupts, and DMAs, I've mentioned that. So now, what does that tell you? It simply means that in your exams, which is also 40 objectives, and section B, answer all, pay close attention for the sake of your exams to the midterm. So in your midterm, you realize that you have about 10 topics. A smart home is one of them, and then irrigation system is another one, and so many other things that will prove helpful to you. Study them well. As I told you, I know some of you, you are good at taking lotto and bet. So you are going to decide to learn specific ones. If it goes well for you, that's fine. But focus on the midterm document and then your other document. So what does this mean? It simply means that if, let's say, so for embedded system, I can take question 1 and use it for the whole paper from objective to section B will be based on question 1. Then for microcontrollers, BTEC, I will use the midterm from the midterm will be question 3 at random for microprocessor class, electrical engineering class, and then I could also use another one for the BTEC class. So, dear friends, the time has come where you have to, as much as possible, pay close attention to that as far as microprocessors and microcontrollers are concerned. And I've told you, so BTEC can have question 1 of the midterm and part of the project work. HND can have question 2 of the midterm and part of the project work. And I want you to understand there's always a scenario, all the questions. Whatever you start with in the midterm is what will run through to the end. So That is the only part I will hide from you. So make good use of the document. Thank you very much. Now, let's move on to the next course, which happens to be Python programming, HND ICT. I hope you are doing well. Let's look at what goes into programming with Python, ICT 102 course code. Please remember not to take the question paper out of the exam hall, because we check it to make sure that nobody passed any paper, nobody tried to do anything. Put the question paper into the answer booklet and then submit it. This goes for all classes. Now, so with programming with Python, you should understand the IDEs, the integrated development environment, how to set them up, how to work with them, how to use them effectively. You should understand control statements, if statements, loops, control structure. It's very, very important. Controls such as your if statements, okay? If else, elif, you must know these things, how they work. Then we should have understanding of strings, working with file input and output, how to manipulate a list in a dictionary. Last time I tested you using the curly brackets, the square bracket, and the normal bracket. When you use each of them, what does it mean? So you must know how to manipulate lists and dictionaries. You must know how to select portions of the list, how to select portions of the dictionary, how to pick a particular portion, how to work with it. Have understanding of design and analysis of algorithms. So, for instance, I gave the tic-tac-toe game to work with. If you look at the tic-tac-toe game carefully, there are things that are required of you, and you have to look at the algorithm structure very well, the data structure as well, and how it relates. Then you come to the concepts of object-oriented programming, how to work with graphics. So you realize that we use the pie game and others to give a graphical feel to the tic-tac-toe game, and I encourage you to go and enhance it. Most of you want to use AI to enhance these things, and unfortunately for you, you can't use it in the exam. So please make sure you master the client and server application, how they work. You have to look at this graphical user interfaces and handling event. So your groups, try and have a class and let each group, based on the topic that was selected, make a presentation. Based on that presentation, you make a good and a firm decision. That's what you do. As I promised you, this exams is going to be about the tic-tac-toe game. From start to finish, this is all it is going to be about. So make sure you have mastered it and then come and produce the result. So you also have 40 objective questions, and then you have only 2 questions in the section B. It is also this one. I have here attempt all questions. It's an attempt. So do your possible best to produce the needed result as far as the exam is concerned. And I wish you all the best in the exams. Now, moving on to cloud computing. All right, so cloud computing is in 3 levels: ICT 404, HND ICT, and then computer science, tech, computer science and ICT. All of you are doing cloud computing. Now, what should you expect for this course? In this course, you should have a basic understanding of cloud computing, how cloud computing started, the roots of cloud computing. You should understand deployment models. You should know the characteristics of the cloud, have understanding of architecture layers and methodologies for deploying the cloud. You should understand security in the cloud. You should understand cloud-based service selection. You should understand SMS in the cloud. Then cloud economics, and cloud economics basically how the organization reduce costs, manage resources, become efficient and co, which one group should have presented on. Then we have service management in the cloud, and then we have application of cloud computing, which you are aware of, Amazon and all those other services, Google and Co. offering these services. So, what should you expect in the class, in the exam, as far as cloud is concerned? Once again, you will have to refer to your project work and to your mid-sem. Now, how do you refer to your project work and to your mid-sem? Solve everything. Solve everything. However, those of you who are good at gambling, you can decide to gamble with your answer, or to bet, or to stake lotto as much as possible. But try to go through everything, have understanding of it before you enter the exam hall. 90% of the questions will center on your project work and what was required in the project work, and then some few additions from the mid-sem. So it's in your best interest to have understanding. And for your case, you have as many as 40 objectives also, and then the section B, answer all questions. So as much as possible, when you sit in the exam hall, you have studied your project work on Firebase, you know the ins and out of Firebase, you know how it works, you know how the models respond, you know how things work around it. You should be able to answer questions related to that. And this will put you in the comfortable league for cloud computing. What does this mean? When you look into the mid-sem document, it means that maybe HND, I'll give you question 1 for the exams. Then when the tech computer science is going to write, their exams will focus on question 3 of the mid-sem. Then when ICT is going to write, their question will focus on question 4 in the mid-sem. So as much as possible, you should be careful and in your studies so that you don't make a mess of yourself. So that's what I'm saying, that it's going to be a bit random depending on your class. So study everything in the mid-sem and master your project work very well. Many of you brought me remodeled work because your colleague did it, you remodeled it by changing colors and some few things and brought back to me. Please spend time and do it yourself. So your group may have done a good job, but you as an individual, have you mastered that particular project work? You will be exposed in the exams. And mind you, if what you are getting in the exams doesn't tally with what your group presented, it means that you didn't know it. So it will affect your group. I just want you to know that it will affect you as an individual because it means I have to now come and rescale the mark I gave your group, the mark I gave you as a member of that group. So all results are provisional, so pay attention to that. My dear friends, brothers and sisters in hospitality and friends in SMS, also friends in HND SMS. We now come to computer literacy. Computer literacy. Computer literacy for HND and computer application for BTech. Please, you have to understand that these exams is strictly practical. This is the only exams that is in my courses that is practical, very practical from start to finish. So obviously, as I told you earlier on, English is part of the exams because you have to be able to read and follow simple instructions. Please, in the exam hall, you will be given a sheet, a Google sheet, and the whole exam is such that you are going to be required to play with this sheet. So that sheet which has been given to you, kindly make good use of it. Computer application, computer literacy, so pay attention. Now, there are variations in the question. What hospitality will receive is obviously not what SMS will receive. And what SMS will receive, the BTech, is not what the HND will receive. Please pay particular attention to your timetable and don't assume that, oh, I'm in session 2 or I'm in session 3. If the time is 8 a.m., even if you think of the multiple sessions, be around. Please be around as much as possible. Because it ever happened, somebody thought we were going to write one at a time, and then all the papers were written at the same time because there was enough space for everybody. And it didn't go too well for that person. Dear friends, English is part of these exams. So you read, then whatever you need to do in the Google Sheet, you do it. And I've told you how to get the template for the Google Sheet for your exams. You open your browser, you check the 3x3 grid in the corner, you go to Google Sheets, then you go to templates, you click down the arrow, you select whatever template you want to work with. So one of these templates is what I have taken, and every student will get this template, but different question depending on your class, whether HND or tech or hospitality or SMS. So what are you supposed to do? The same things you have been doing. Change the font size, use bold, italics, underline, create your PowerPoint, learn how to zip a folder. Learn how to zip a folder. Please don't blame your hometown people. Learn how to zip a folder. Learn how to print a file as PDF as well. So what will you do? When you create your folder, please save your folder with your name and index number or follow the instruction. Don't miss any instruction. Follow it systematically and then do it. You see, that is what I'm saying. Follow everything step by step. What you can do for yourself is that when you answer step 1, just cancel it, move to step 2 so that you'll not be confused. You cancel it. Move to so you know where you are. Then after you are done with each instruction, you submit. Please don't assume you have submitted. Make sure you can see that it has been submitted. Make sure you can see that it has been submitted. Then at the end of the day, you are good to go. Okay, so master your PowerPoint, your Excel, your Microsoft Word. Learn how to play with the background, the font, all those stuff. Create a flyer and those things. It was in your project work. I was expecting you to create a simple flyer, which many of you didn't do. Want to give to graphic designers to do for you, and you lost marks. Don't repeat the same thing. Now you can't have any graphic designer to help you. So this is all you need to know for your exams. Okay, so every course I think has been handled. Embedded system, microcontroller, microprocessors, HND and BTEC, Python programming, cloud computing, HND, BTEC, ICT, and computer science, then also computer literacy.